The one with the mad taste. R.C.
The comer.
All right, let's see who we have on the line here to play the contest. What's your name, please, ma'am?
Elmer Bolton.
Do you know how the game goes here?
Yes.
Okay, select a number between 1 and 13 now.
5.
Okay, you select 5. We'll spin the wheel. If it comes up 5, you're a winner. Let's see what it stops on here. 9. I'm sorry. It was about 4 off there. We're going to send you a couple of theater passes as a consolation prize. Okay? Hang on just a minute and we'll get your address here. Bobby Womack. Inspiration from Jose Feliciano. I think that's Bobby Womack. Little California Dreamin', formerly a Mom and Papa tune. 12:40 this afternoon. Big wheel time for you, Charlie. Had a loser on our contest. Maybe we'll have a winner next hour here. Hope so anyway. KXOL. Old Weird Michael here, one of Mother Murray's mob, inviting you to join me 3 to 6 daily on KXOL for gangs and gangs of fun.
Promises, I'm
A little bit of something from Dionne Warwick, as promises. 12:43 this afternoon. It's our big wheel time. Temperature is not too bad. About, 64 degrees now? The partly cloudy sky. There's a few clouds up here. Good afternoon from your Charlie Pro Show.
For sure, you have at least one and probably several names on your Christmas list that are always hard to vie for. Then there are those really special gifts, the ones you'd like to give but just can't afford. Give them this Christmas from Clark Jewelers. Clark Jewelers make it possible for you to give what you want to give for Christmas. No down payment is necessary on your purchase, and you may pay it out as you like, beginning next year and taking up to 24 months. Your account remains stable, too, with no interest or carrying charges. Great gift ideas include men's Accutron watches starting at $110, calendar watches with monthly bands for $165. You'll find a wide selection of ladies' ear studs in Tiffany and Buttercup design with matching diamond pendants. And with each item purchased of $29.95 or more, you'll receive a thermal blanket free from Clark's to you. For Christmas, Clark Jewelers, downtown at 316 Houston.
Puzzled about the problem names on your Christmas list? One trip to Pier 1 Imports could make this year's West Freeway open Monday through Saturday till 9, Sunday 1 to 6.
from the world of sports. Bill Whitehour report.
Brought to you by your Greater Fort Worth Plymouth dealers.
And now, Petula Clark for Plymouth. Price Supercar. And there's Belvedere, Barracuda, and Valiant. This is the year for you to see what Plymouth's up to.
Just look what Plymouth's up to now.
See what Plymouth's up to now at Chaparral Chrysler Plymouth, 1204 West 7th. Now with the sports, here's Bill.
Mike Clark, captain of the Navy football team, revealed a tradition at the historic school on the Severn River. Back in 1963, Clark explained, Tom Lynch, captain of the football team that year, received a Mickey Mouse watch, which he wore as a joke because he was told if he wore it every minute, Navy would beat Army. Sure enough, Navy did. And Tom passed the watch on to the next captain, and it's been a tradition ever since. The watch keeps good time, too. This is Bill Hightower with Sports for Plymouth.
Bill Whitehour report.
Brought to you by your Greater Fort Worth Plymouth dealers, Worthy's Forest Park Chrysler Plymouth, Chaparral Chrysler Plymouth, and Mid-Cities Chrysler Plymouth in Arlington.
KXOL, a golden sound.
Remember this from the late Buddy Holly? Well, all right.
Well, all right, so I'm being foolish.
Too bad a day out here, huh? Almost clear skies. Temperature is now 66 degrees. All 4 Pat Crow stores are loaded. Loaded with values during 5025 East Belknap, 5034 Trail Lake Drive, 426 South Henderson, and 6307 Camp Bowie.
Pat Crow has the best deal on Frigid Day.
Time flies, right? Almost Christmas time again, and time to take advantage of these special buys at A&P. Now you'll find super right quality grain-fed heavy beef chuck roast, blade roast, only 49 cents a pound. Also Captain John's frozen fried fish sticks, 1 pound package, 55, 10-ounce package, 2 for only 69. And White Beauty shortening, 3 pound, 10, 49 cents. AP also has a full selection of value-priced Christmas trees, so stop in and shop at A&P. Do it today.
Come on to Penny.
Remember, we're open till 9:30 tonight and until 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday nights for your shopping convenience.
Shop now at Penny's, the value makers, pleasing people more than ever before.
And in case you didn't know, Haltom City J.C.'s and Texas Electric Service Company are sponsoring a residential lighting spectacular out in Haltom City. Why don't you load up the whole family some night? Take them out there. It'll be well worth your time.
KXOL.
Tommy James Shondells. They're singing it. Stand by for the news at 55. Anthony Hittis reporting. See you back at 1 o'clock here.
Good afternoon, this is Anthony Hennis for Hudaburg Chevy City. Our National Weather Center, two separate cold fronts are in the state's weather picture today. The Pacific front is moving out of the state to the east, causing the threat of tornadoes this afternoon. The northeast portion of Texas to the north and into Missouri. Approaching the Panhandle now is an Arctic cold front that's due to cause some light snow in that section of the state tonight. 13 northeast Texas counties have been placed under a tornado watch. 13 counties are Fannin, Grayson, Bowie, Kent, Cass, Delta, Franklin, Hopkins, Lamar, and Red River counties. The tornado watch will be into effect until 6 p.m. Fort Worth, the city council will be asked Monday to approve a 9% hike in commercial and industrial garbage collection rates. The city staff says the new rates are still 31% lower than the rates of the largest private waste disposal firm operating in the city. Home garbage collection rates would not be affected. Washington, Pentagon today announced that 33,700 young men will be drafted next February. This is the highest draft call in 8 months, more than twice the average monthly call-up during the past 7 months. The February draft quota is almost 7,000 higher than January's. The Army's to get 32,000. The Marines will get 1,500. Fort Worth Seminary South Merchants Association have announced today that they will remain closed on Sunday. At the same time, they fired a blast at those stores who were opening on Sundays. In a statement issued by William C. Callahan, the merchant said neither will the merchants use the excuse of testing the law to get more holiday business. Last Sunday, shoppers flocked to many established department stores who opened their doors during the afternoon. Among the larger stores in Seminary South are Sears, Penny's, Stripling's, Murphy's, and Finger Furniture Store. Callahan is vice president of Homart Development, owner of the shopping center. Homart is a subsidiary of Sears. Comanche, 3 men have robbed the Comanche National Bank of an undetermined amount of money. The holdup occurred shortly before 11:30 this morning. Details of the robbery are not immediately available. Comanche is about 26 miles northeast of Brownwood. Fort Worth City and county officials, along with members of area law enforcement agencies, are meeting here in Fort Worth today with members of the Justice Department. The meeting is being held at the Police, Fire, and Department Training Center. The purpose of the gathering is to explain the effect of the Crime Control and Safe Streets Act of 1968 on local communities. The gathering is sponsored by the Texas Criminal Justice Council. Austin, thousands of copies of the new Austin phone book are a classic and wrong numbers. Because of a mix-up in binding, the first 96 pages of the Houston phone book have showed up in place of the B, C, D alphabetical listings in the Austin directory. Paris, the seating arrangement is said to be one of the things holding up the start of the Vietnam negotiations in Paris. After the top American and Vietnamese delegates met today for an hour and 3/4, the U.S. spokesman said, "We're going to present the other side with some new proposals." The weather is next.
It's the busiest time of the year. Locations: Blue Bay 20 at the Grapevine Highway in northeast Fort Worth, and now affiliated with the Central Ticket Agency in the lobby of the Hotel Texas.
Weather forecast: partly cloudy and cooler this afternoon. Brief showers ending in early afternoon. Windy and colder tonight, clearing and cold tomorrow. High today 65, the low tonight 32, high tomorrow 45. Winds westerly 20 to 35 miles an hour. Shifting to northerly tonight. Wind warnings are in effect on Fort Worth area lakes. KXOL temperature now 68 degrees for Hudaburg, Chevy City. This is Anthony Hennis.
And this is KXOL Community Radio, in love with Greater Fort Worth.
Abraham Martin and John. See, Scott's music here at 105. Big wheel time from your Charlie. Hey, listen, the University of Texas Darlington is going to be presenting their a cappella choir. Its annual Christmas concert. That's coming up Tuesday, December 17th, 8 o'clock. Don't miss it.
Charlie Pro.
And these are the Letterman. From beautiful downtown Fort Worth. At XOL, that's the sound of the Letterman. Put your head on my shoulder and everything's going to be all right then. It's 108, Big Wheel time here with Charlie.
KXOL.
Grassroots are singing Bella Linda. Bella Linda. Those are the Grassroots this afternoon. If you're Charlie here, 110. Big wheel time. Here's that fifth of 5 in a row. Glenn Campbell is singing Wichita Lineman. Reminding you now we're playing the Big Wheel contest here in about 20 minutes, and you'll have a chance to win up to $136.
For the county.
Let it what?
Let it all hang out.
Whatever you say, man.
Let it all hang out.
Beautiful. Those are the Hombres this afternoon from your Charlie Pro Show. Solid Gold and 117. Big wheel time here.
Hello, hello, the beautiful member of Mother Mary's Mob, Dave Jarrett here, 9 until noon, weekdays on Big XOL.
Catch him. Here come the Bee Gees. I started the joke, and the joke was on me.
The world of sports. Bill Hightower reports.
Brought to you by your Greater Fort Worth Plymouth dealers.
And now, for 2 o'clock.
See Worthy's Forest Park, Chrysler Plymouth, 1612 South University Drive, and see what Plymouth's up to now. Here's Bill Hightower.
I like the story of the pro quarterback who fumbled on the handoff and yelled at the halfback, "Pick it up!" The halfback, seeing the entire line of giants roaring in on him, yelled back, "Pick it up yourself. You dropped it." This is Bill Hightower with Sports for Plymouth.
Bill Hightower reports.
Brought to you by your Greater Fort Worth Plymouth dealers, Worthy's Forest Park, Chrysler Plymouth, Chaparral Chrysler Plymouth, and Mid-Cities Chrysler Plymouth in Arlington.
KXOL.
This is the sound of Christmas. Here's Brenda Lee.
Rocking around the Christmas tree in the new old-fashioned way.
That's Brenda Lee rocking around a Christmas tree here, folks. That's one of our sounds of Christmas from 1360. Good afternoon. Your Charlie's here. It's 2:47. Big wheel time.
What's the name of the store? What's the name of the shoe?
Yes, it's Skinny, where the family shops for shoes.
There are 17 Kenny Shoe Stores in the Fort Worth, Dallas area. Check your phone book.
Escape, come on over to Royal Crown Hotel, the one with the light that takes you out.
Well, come on. A reminder here, Greater Richland Hills JCs are collecting repairable toys for needy children. If you've got something you'd like to donate, number to call here is 834-1203. Hey, partner, you fixing to make this a Western Christmas at your home? Well, here in Fort Worth, where the West really begins, a Western Christmas is the end thing to do. And if you don't know where to do your shopping, jump in the car and steer for Letty Brothers, 2455 North Main near the Stockyards. Letty Brothers has the widest selection of Western goods you'll ever see assembled under one roof. Well, that's all they sell. Handcrafted boots, hand-creased Western hats to suit your particular taste, Western perma-press shirts, pants, jackets, and coats, hand-tool leather belts and purses, a selection of Western novelty items, the likes you've never seen, including ashtrays, glasses, silver buckles, and many other different doodads. At Letty Brothers, you can use your Texas Bank AmeriCard, too. Letty Brothers, the ideal place to shop for the entire family to make it a truly Western Christmas. Letty Brothers, 2455 North Main. They're open daily until 8 o'clock, except Sundays.
KXOL.
Here's Aretha Franklin. That's Aretha from your Charlie Pro Show at 2:52 Big Wheel time. got to say goodbye for the afternoon. See you tomorrow at 12 noon on your Charlie Show. Stand by for news. It's coming up at 55 with Roy Eaton reporting. He tells it like it is. Canned heat. Bye-bye, y'all.
Good afternoon. This is Roy Eaton for Bill McDavid McPontiac.
Hey, McDougal, what are we going in here for? I'm in it, lad. It is himself, Bill McDavid, I'll be talking to. What you...
David on West 7th in Fort Worth.
Fort Worth, a shattering collision between a huge six-wheel truck and an automobile has left one woman dead at Loop 820 in McCart. The victim of the crash was trapped inside the crumpled wreckage of her car. The 49-year-old woman's name is being withheld by KXOL News pending notification of next of kin. Gordon Smith was one of the first at the scene, and he describes the wreckage site.
First, this car apparently jumped the island in front of the truck. The truck hit it. They came off the freeway down the service road into the front yard here of the Texas Highway Department, and the car's about a foot thick, foot and a half thick, upside down underneath the truck.
Ambulances are standing by at the scene. They're awaiting the arrival of the medical examiner. Fort Worth, a couple of weeks ago, the chairman of the Community Relations Commission, Grady Helm, asked the city council to begin a practice of allowing members of the CRC to participate in investigations of incidents that might be sources of interracial misunderstanding and conflict. Today, several council members gave short speeches to which they generally agreed with the idea, but the consensus of opinion was to have any police investigation and any CRC remain separate. Commission members left the council chambers generally satisfied with the panel's acceptance of the proposal. Dallas state legislators from Dallas County say they don't think the state will be too enthusiastic about providing money for a historical museum at the Texas School Book Depository in Dallas. Senator-elect Mike McCool has proposed a tribute to John F. Kennedy, who was fatally shot in front of the book depository by a man the Warren Commission identified as Lee Harvey Oswald. The Dateline is now Fort Worth. Gary Sims is at the scene of another happening in the city.
A gruesome discovery was made this afternoon by a city sanitation employee who lives at 5820 Montague. His name, Mr. Eugene Broomshaw. He discovered a body here at Oakland and the Turnpike on the south side of the Turnpike down a short embankment. The body was lodged between two trees. It was an elderly 71-year-old Fort Worth man. We're withholding the name at this time, pending notification of the family. The body was found here, and the medical examiner on the scene says he does not believe foul play was involved. From the scene in Metro Mobile 12, Gary Sims reporting.
Benbrook damage was set at $18,000 in a fire today that destroyed the W.T. Down home at 4608 Williams Road. Benbrook fire officials told KXOL News the fire was started by hot fireplace coals, which were placed beside a stack of wood near the home. Nobody was at home at the time of the fire. Benbrook and Fort Worth firemen battled the blaze for less than a half hour. Fort Worth, William C. Connor, president and chairman of the board of Alcon Laboratories Incorporated, is the new chairman of the TCU Research Foundation's board of directors. He was elected to the post today. Elected co-chairman was Baird Friedman, senior vice president of the Fort Worth National Bank. Harris, the so-called foreign minister of the Viet Cong's National Liberation Front, says his side is ready to negotiate a political settlement to the Vietnam War. The official, Tran Bu Kim, commented as he arrived in Paris for the so-called stalled talks. He said a political solution to the war should take into account what he called the legitimate interest of the American people and world peace. Arlington, there's speculation today that expansion may be in the air for the Arlington General Motors plant. General Motors board chairman James M. Rote said his firm will spend about $1.1 billion on new plants and equipment next year. Local sources say that while nothing is definite, they point out the 250 acres adjacent to the Arlington Chevrolet Pontiac plant that's not been developed. They also point out that General Motors has no truck manufacturing plant in the Southwest. The weather is next.
Hey, McDougal, what you keep coming in here for? You gonna buy a new Pontiac? Aye, laddie, if I'll be buying one at all.
Bill McDavid on West 7th in Fort Worth.
Partly cloudy and warmer this afternoon and tonight. Considerable cloudiness, a little warmer tomorrow. High today 62, low tonight 45, high tomorrow 68. Wind southerly 10 to 20 miles an hour. KXOL temperature now 55 degrees. For Bill McDavid McPontiac, this is Roy.
This is KXOL, in love with Greater Fort Worth, sending season's greetings to the staff of KCWM Radio.